Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today I'm going to be playing a deck that I enjoy. I've played some, though I played when it came out, and then I paused, and then have gotten back to it, and I've actually really enjoyed it. And this is the, I've called it Hops box, though it's like, you have Hops Zacian EX, and you have Instant Strike to do 30 and 30, though you can boost the active damage with the Hops Snorlax, with the Stadium Postwick, which actually I'm going to drop this. I'm not exactly sure on where I want the list, but and Postwick as well. So you can and the tool Hops Choice Band, so you can do 90 extra theoretically with any of your Hops Pokemon. Overall, the deck's pretty fun, and we'll obviously get more into it as we get into the game. Again, I'm not 100% sure on exactly where I want the list. I actually think Clamorant Snowy Mountain is bad. It's really fun, but it's also kind of bad. So I'll add another I don't know. I mean, that cannot be bad. Again, I'm not really confident on the list at this point. I haven't played it that much, but it's really fun. You want to use Munkidori to spread. I think I want to play it with Frostlass at first. I'm not actually sure what I did on my first video. I may have just done Munkidori stuff, but overall the deck's pretty fun, and it's a really different experience. I ranked it 10th in my top 10 decks, so I might be underrating it. We'll see. I've been playing against some, and I found it pretty solid. Also, I've been seeing it like all over the ladder. I actually just literally reached the whatever this tier is called, Arceus or Master or whatever. And so we'll see if things are different as well. Live was being just like really wonky in general, including with matchmaking. And I was just seeing like mirrors, and I was switching decks and I kept seeing mirrors. But regardless, we are going first, which is probably bad, but we'll figure this one out, I guess. I'll start Munkidori here. It doesn't feel absolutely amazing, but it is what it is. This obviously isn't the best opening hand here. They start Pekarunt, which is really surprising, right? Like that was not what I was expecting. I kind of want to get rid of the Earthen Vessel here. I could get rid of. There are lots of things I can get rid of, right? But I do want the darkness here. I mean, we don't actually need it, but it kind of seems good. I don't love getting rid of the Earthen Vessel, so I might want to search it out later, but I think it'll end up being fine. We'll see, but I'll get the two darkness energies. I don't know exactly what they're playing here. I kind of assume it would be our Caledon, but like they definitely go first, I'm assuming, so I don't really know. Um, I'll choose to, I guess, pass from here. Like, I think I should be safe, hopefully, probably. We'll see. And we'll see what my opponent decides to do. If they attack, we could just lose, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Um, okay, this is not our Caledon. Presumably, it's not our Caledon. They have Magmar, which evolves into Magmortis. They're going to special condition me a lot. If they attack, that again could be bad. They hit us for weakness and stop us from retreating. It's just a big mess here. Again, our hand is bad. So also that like Earthen Vessel thinning is also kind of nice. We got another Hops Choice Band. Certainly not exactly what I was looking for. I think I'll Iron Bundle here. That seems really good. We can't attack ever with Munkidori, and I don't really want to play the Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX down. I think we'll be okay here, and I think I'll just pass. Again, the situation's like kind of I mean, it's certainly not great, right? But it is what it is. They don't have much going on, I don't think. I mean, I just don't know exactly what their goal is. I don't know how they're getting the burn on. Maybe it is with Volcanion EX. Again, I didn't play this deck, or I did play the Badoo burn deck on the channel, and it was okay. I mean, it wasn't the best. We see Water Energy, a Magmortar being evolved, and we see a pass, so I really don't know exactly what's going on here. We got another Munkidori, which I'll play and attach to. Not all games are the fastest, but this is a thing that happens. Again, no idea what I'm against still. I mean, I have some idea, I guess, but probably more questions than when I saw the first Pekarunt. Obviously, I was wrong. I think it was our Caledon. They got another Magmortar down. Now, if they attack, I mean, I think they get the knockout, but they don't have anything, right? So they'll struggle to attack. We got Prime Catcher, which could be a card to use later, but not a card to use now, so we'll pass it back. Again, we just want to top deck. The deck, I feel like, has decent consistency, but we're just kind of missing it here, especially with like a bunch of supporters and search, and you don't need energies to attack, but you can use them to attack. You don't need the tool. You can pick and choose, and you can generally get something going, but we just don't have that here. I guess Calamitous Snowy Mountain would have allowed us to get some damage on the board, but I think that card's kind of bad. It's like really niche, and Postwick is really good. Like you want that in play. They attached a Darkness active, which is interesting. I could Prime Catcher here. Oh, but I got Hops back, so I will Prime Catcher here, and I will grab these two, right? The Hops Snorlax and the Hops Cramorant. I could not Prime Catcher because the Hops Snorlax could get stuck. We do have Latias though, and we have enough outs to it, I think. So I'll just go ahead and get these two and Prime Catcher here. Right now we're hitting enough. I could actually go here and snipe the Pekkarunt. That seems really sketchy though, and realistically, if they trap the Snorlax, I think it's fine. So I'll go and right now, yeah, we're hitting 120. We got all the buffs on, so I'll continue to buy some time. Is that what it? No, I should just knock out the Pekkarunt. I didn't need to play the Stadium, so maybe I should have waited on that, and I could have technically not gotten the Hop Snorlax, but I don't know what we would have done instead there. But this is fine. We're going to be able to go ahead and get the knockout, get rid of their only Pokemon that is really a threat, it was like kind of a threat. It was more so a threat when we didn't have an attacker, but at that point, everything's kind of a threat. So now we're in the game. Again, I don't know what they're doing, but they are doing something. Maybe. They played a Pekkarunt EX, which does well, it doesn't do anything right now. I mean, you can't switch itself in. It doesn't really do damage. It does a little bit of damage at this point, but not very much. I still have no idea what the water's there for. Did we mulligan? Did they mulligan? I'm not sure. Looks like they didn't mulligan, so we'll see what they decide to do. They just pass here, and they also send up this Magmortar, which to me is really surprising. I could Hops back here. I think I'm okay not doing that, though. And we definitely just want to hit this Pokemon and place some damage on the Magmortar here as well, in case they send that one up. And we'll just take our next prize. And again, the deck's setting up, I mean, it's not great, right? It took us a bunch of turns, but we did get there, and now we're in a pretty good position. We have different attacking options, and we have an attacker. We can get another attacker if we need to. And we did get the Pokégear. I'm not a big Pokégear fan. They're just going to pass here as well. We see Arven. Again, it would be nice to get damage on our own board, but I'm not really going to stress my resources to do that. And I could get like Fezandipiti EX down. Again, I don't feel great about that. The one thing, I didn't mention this before, but they would have taken the knockout between turns through the use of special conditions and damage counters being placed through that. And this could also be Walking Away EX. I didn't say that, but that could be what it is. But then they'd be playing Groupon, and I just, don't really know exactly what's going on here. They're going to get Fezandipiti EX. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think we can really target that down at this point. But it'll Pokégear. They attach water to Fezandipiti EX. Yeah, this is probably, I think about Walking Awake, but this still seems like they're like really far away from that. They're going to switch in the Fezandipiti EX to damage it. Wait, and I feel like Fezandipiti EX is the Pokemon I want to hit. Wait, they're going to retreat the Fezandipiti EX? Into the Magmortar to get that knocked out. Okay, I guess. We top deck boss. Okay, that's really good for us. I was gonna Pokégear to see if I could find it, but we got it. So I'll go ahead, guess this up, and start going after. It doesn't really matter, does it? I'll go after the Pekkarunt EX. I feel like that's what they're gonna choose to leave on the bench more likely. And we don't take the knockout yet. We'll take the knockout with Fezandipiti EX. We won't take a knockout. Like another knockout at the same time. Oh, and yeah, we need 4 prizes anyway, so this is definitely the right way to take these. They're going to Dangerous Laser us. Okay, so that's actually going to do a good chunk of damage. It does lose them the game, though. I was like, that seems sketchy. Because now we can Munkidori. Oh, wait, no, we're confused. Never mind. I was going to say that's not exactly right. It does actually lose them the game, but they couldn't have guaranteed known that. But, or no, actually, what am I saying? Do I have this? I think I do. Yeah. I get Nest Ball, and I get the Choice Band, Hop's Choice Band. We can get Latias EX. I do have it because now we can get the extra damage on the Pekkarunt EX, and we win. I guess it kind of, like Dangerous Laser does confuse us, which kind of messes with us, but also allows us to get some extra damage using Munkidori, which is damage that's a little more versatile than the damage from Hop's Zacian EX. So, I kind of see where they did it, but this is definitely not what I was expecting to face either here. But we'll just go ahead. We get the knockout. We did not get the knockout. They quit. So we won the first game. That was a very strange game, but I guess I'll take it. I don't really know what to say on that one, but we won. So That is awesome. Apparently, yeah, the ranking system is really weird as well. There's like two separate ones. But anyways, let's hop into this next game, see how it goes. We didn't get to use Maractus. Maybe I should have done that. I don't know. Maractus stops retreating. It's a really interesting Pokemon. I don't know exactly how its synergies work with different things because you can't really get that much damage on the board. Theoretically, if you have a bunch of damage on your Pokemon, you can buy turns to heal the Munkidori. You can just buy turns in general to get things set up. But I found it an interesting Pokemon, but also a little situational. Anyways, I'm definitely going to choose to go second this game. And hopefully we get the turn one attack off. I mean, we could win turn one. That'd be kind of cool. We probably won't. This hand is not bad, certainly. It could be better, though. We would rather have, obviously, like a draw supporter. Let's see what my opponent has here as well. And they didn't, choose. We chose, which is nice for us. And so we won't get Badooed turn one. That's nice. This deck, I don't even remember. It might play Badoo. Badoo's obviously a pretty good Pokemon, though it does have its downsides as well. Honestly, I've been seeing a bunch of Badoo, and it's annoying. I saw Tyranitar, so I got a taste of my own medicine from playing that, I think yesterday or something like that. Okay, my opponent starts Raging Bolt. Not Raging Bolt EX, but Raging Bolt. So we'll see what they decide to do with this. This is probably Raging Bolt EX still. But maybe not. Maybe it's I mean it's Rageable EX, right? But it's okay. I mean it's 60 snipe, maybe 90, I don't think they're getting more than that on. I could do 130 for 3. I mean I feel like Keratin's a really good single prizer. Also they're like not doing very much, which is a little unfortunate. But they're going to Nest Ball for something, probably Squawkabilly EX, though it could be Squawkabilly EX, it could be Erasable EX or Teal Sugar Pine EX, but they got the Squawkabilly EX. They're going to Ultra Ball, okay. So they're going to grab another Pokemon, again, probably one of those. It could be Fan Rotom as well. This is the what's the build called? The Noctowl build, probably Area Zero Underdepth, so that could be in it anyways. Let's see what they have in hand. They chose not to go for Fan Rotom. They're going to Jamming Tower. That's annoying. They're going to play Slitherwing. Slitherwing is probably fine for us. I mean, I think Slitherwing is really bad. I've said that before. I stand by it. And Raging Bolt, that seems like a lot. And not Koraidon, or if they're playing Koraidon, that's 3 of those. And if they're not playing Koraidon, then they're not playing the one that's probably the best. So I don't really know what's going on here, but they are attaching lightning to Raging Bolt. The Jamming Tower is annoying though. They play Mew EX down, which is interesting. They're really playing a lot of Pokemon on their bench. We top deck Fezandipiti EX. Okay, that's like cool, I guess. I guess I'll attach active here. I think I might hold the Munkidori because they could trap it. I don't know. I feel like I need to play a Pokemon though, right? I think I'll Nest Ball for Hop Snorlax here because we have the Fezandipiti EX, so we don't need to grab that if we would happen to get knocked out. And then we don't have Latias EX in play, but hopefully that ends up being fine. And I'll probably just attack, then we do 60. Like 60 just isn't great. Maybe I shouldn't have attached the tool there. I was like, oh yeah, like why not attach it there? But anyways, I'll do this play. I'll play the Munkidori and I'll play the Fezandipiti EX. Might be overbenching. I'm not really sure, but I'll place the extra 30 on maybe the Squawkabilly EX is kind of nice. Just kind of target that down at some point and get some extra prizes. So I'll go there. That seems all right. Doesn't seem amazing, but it seems fine. We really want to get the. I mean, we'll just kind of see what happens here, but we'd like to get the knockout next turn. We really want to draw something. I mean, best case scenario is they probably take a single prize knockout and we get to draw a bunch of cards. That's not, like really unlikely, I'm assuming, but if that happens, that's really good for us. They Also, they're gonna Teal Dance. We'll see. Maybe they have the Raging Bolt EX. I mean, they can't play Latias EX. They also play the Jamming Tower. Maybe they bump the Jamming Tower for Teal Mesogorpani or for Erasio Underdepths. But if not, then I mean, their bench is so clogged. Like they don't have any Fan Rotom, or no, they don't have Fan Rotom. They don't have any Noctowls or Hoots down, and they also don't have any Raging Bolt EX is down. And they only have one Teal Mesogorpani EX. Like, you don't necessarily need multiple Teal Mesogorpani EXs. I think 2 is, like, kind of good. Some people play, like, 3 down, and I think that's kind of not good. They're going to Crispin here, though, which is pretty interesting. I don't know what exactly they're going to do with this. They're probably going to attack, maybe with a Raging Bolt. I'm not sure. That's obviously not super strong here, though. It does, like 90. It could do 60, it could do 130. There are some different options. They get a grass and a No, they just got a grass. Oh no, they got a fighting. I always forget that the animation's weird. So they attach that to the Mew EX, which is interesting. Maybe they're gonna Brave Slash. That'd actually be kind of bad for us. So we do see Earthen Vessel. I definitely don't hate Earthen Vessel, but I'm not really loving it either. I guess I'll go ahead and attack and place the 30 on the Mew EX. I was also considering doing that, and now that I think about it, I probably should have done that because it's about as easy to knock out the Mew EX as it is the Squawkbilly EX. If you count multiples of 30, then it's the same thing. We obviously didn't get the knockout on the Rageable EX, but I don't hate that in some ways because then this is kind of stuck in the active zone and we can have an extra turn to work with, but that's like a maybe. That might not actually be the case. But again, their bench is in a weird spot, so removing a spot also does help them in some ways. Obviously, knockout a Pokemon is a prize for us, which is nice, especially because they did play the Slithering. Not that that's necessarily super important, but that is something pretty interesting here. They're going to accelerate a fighting active. Again, if they are going to copy Brave Slash, it doesn't matter if they hit the active. They could do 60 Snipe, but again, that's like not amazing. They don't necessarily know that we have the darkness, access to the darkness in hand, but it's certainly not crazy that we would. I mean, obviously we don't have anything super strong, but we have cards, so we have something. See, they're definitely okay, they're gonna play Raging Bull EX as well here. That's pretty interesting. Not like super surprising, but they're probably stuck here. They're gonna just Thunderburst Storm, and hit the Hop Snorlax. Okay, that's fair. It doesn't really matter where it goes, to be honest. We see another Hop Zacian EX though. I do like that, and I could knock their active out right now, which I think I'm gonna do using Munkidori. I'm gonna get rid of the Night Stretcher. I think Counter Catch is really nice. And I think Hopsashi X is what I'm going to play this turn too. So that's why I'm not going to make that play. I'll move off the 30. I could move off just 10, or I can obviously move off 20 as well. But I will move off the 30 to heal it. I'm not 100% sure if that's right, but it's what we're doing. So then we get a prize. That's partially why. And also another reason why is, okay, that's interesting, is that we get to see, like, hit something else and do some more damage. I'll play Hopsashi and EX down. I'm going to bump the stadium. This is really awesome. And then I'm also going to swing, do 120, and also do a 30. Snipe to, of course, that Mew EX on the bench. And we don't knock out the active. Again, that's also pretty nice here. We did take a knockout, so they could, like, Latias EX. But again, Latias EX feels pretty mediocre. In some ways, obviously helps retreat, which is good, but it's not a Hoot. It's not, like an Ogerpon or a Raging Bolt, which EX, which is nice, but I don't necessarily need those. But they really do want the Hoots down because we definitely play Ionos. They're gonna Sada's Vitality. I guess I don't want to get hit here, but I mean, it's not the end of the world if we do, and we could have run them out of energy. Essentially, they're gonna Teal Dance again. They're playing a lot of energy, so they can pretty easily take the knockouts with the Bellowing Thunder. They do have Area Zero Underdepths. I guess they also can play it now more freely because they don't have the Jamming Tower. They're not bumping that. The Jamming Tower was pretty detrimental to us. I also think Jamming Tower is like kind of mediocre in their deck. It's okay in some situations, but it's still, even then, kind of niche. They're going to play down to Hoots, and they're just going to stomp off. Hitting Research, that's kind of annoying. We obviously would have rather had that, but realistically, it's not that big of a deal in the long term of things. And we actually got Arven, so that's nice. I don't think I'll actually play Arven here. Oh, we won't be able to counter Catcher next turn, though, now that I think about it. I could Arven for... I will Arven, yeah. Obviously, Team Devolution is terrible. It actively helps them, or it doesn't do anything, so I don't get that. I could take Prime Catcher. Prime Catcher seems okay. I think I want Pokégear. I want to draw a bunch of cards. I want to hit a Professor's Research or an Iono. Another supporter is also okay. So I'll go get that. I could have actually gotten another Munkidori down as well. I just don't really love that. But I misplayed there. Well, I'm going to go ahead and knock out their active. That's what I'm going to do. And then we don't have any damage on the board. I'm kind of wondering if I should have kept some, but I think it's all right. I mean, healing up is kind of nice. We do see an Iono. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. Now I kind of missequenced a little there. Getting the Pokégear. Not that Iono's insane draw, but it's like decent. We'll see what they send up. I hope they obviously send up them UEX. They didn't, unsurprisingly. I will not attach this energy here. Yeah, that seems kind of bad. Oh, we don't have Postwick in play. Okay. I forgot that. So Not that it changes things completely, but it changes things a little bit. I think I'm still going to go after them UEX on the bench. I don't hate that, and I won't attach the energy here. I could attach it to Hop Snorlax. We can do Dynamic Press, which is kind of interesting. Definitely an attacking option that does come up and is potentially useful at times, but I decided not to do that. They are going to play Fezandipiti EX, and presumably they have the knockout, especially now that we see the fighting energies in the discard are the fighting energy, and they're going to Sawdust Vitality for 1 again. Is this the third Sawdust Vitality for 1 they've done? I don't know, but obviously they're not getting creep value off of it, but they have plenty of energies on the board anyways because they have had the opportunity to Teal Dance, and I mean the game's not super fast. This deck is definitely a slower deck that isn't generally super vulnerable to things and can kind of come back and counter things decently well. They're going to get rid of 2 Fan Rotoms there, which I feel like Fan Rotom's an okay attacker. It's not amazing. Maybe their hand was good. Certainly completely fair to get rid of them. Certainly one. I think getting rid of both isn't crazy. Also, do decks usually play both too? I feel like whenever I play it, oh, actually, no, I do play too. But they're bellowing, thundering, and gonna take the knockout here. Hopefully we can get the knockout in return. I mean, we're very close to winning this game. We're obviously not quite there. They got rid of a lot of energy. Okay, I'm really surprised that they got rid of extra energy there. They needed 4. But anyways, I'll send up this Hop Zacian EX. I think I will attach to the Hop Snorlax on the bench. I kind of like that play, to be honest. Oh, we see a Munkidori. I just don't think we're going to be having that much damage on our board, though. I don't even think I'll play this Munkidori, to be honest, so I'll just attach here. I'm going to research, or no, I'm going to Pokégear. I could take something. I don't hate Arven. I don't think we need to Iono here, and I'm going to Fezandipiti EX to draw some more cards as well. I kind of like this. Got Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX, which is cool. I think I'm going to Arven and Nest Ball and Hop's Choice Band for, I'll attach to the Hop's Snorlax. We then only have 1 Hop's Choice Band left, which is a little sketchy, but I think it'll be okay. And I'm also going to go ahead and grab that Latias EX right now. Maractus is really interesting, but I just don't think we have the opportunity to play that, which is okay. The only reason we have that opportunity is if we're losing, so this is fine. We don't see the stadium. We didn't really dig that hard for it, but we didn't get it, so that is what it is. Gonna go ahead and hit that UEX again. I think they might get rid of it. Oh, but no, they're not gonna get rid of it because they should then would just discard the energy off of that. So, I think it's fine. And if they get rid of something, they might get rid of Squawk. Wait, oh, they have 7. They get rid of 2 things, but yeah, I mean that's fine. If they get rid of it, they're getting rid of a lot of energy. That doesn't really make that much sense, anyways. So. We just need to kind of consider that, though. We don't really want a Postwick, just a Postwick that will sound like necessarily bad for us, but it's not necessarily amazing either. So this is all right. Honestly, I got lucky with the Munkidori value earlier on, and maybe should have saved that. It would have helped things like kind of sort of throughout the game. We would have gotten a little extra damage, but also there's a chance that we would have just kind of, if they knocked down the Munkidori, we would have had damage sitting on the board, which we didn't really want. But they're going to retreat here into this Raging Bolt EX. They might have the knockout. They're going to Sawdust Vitality again. They haven't PAL padded, so they definitely could do that. I imagine they are playing 1. Oh, and they did Crispin as well, which was for 2. I thought it was for 1 when they played it because, again, I always get confused by that animation because it's kind of weird. They get a Grass. They're got to be really low on energies. Oh, no, that's from the discard. Yeah, but they still are low on energies. They're going to attack, though, pretty easily. And just take the knockouts. And then we'll see where things are. They're going to energy retrieval as well, which is interesting. Just a tip. You should generally energy retrieval. So they're going to energy retrieval and then teal dance. So you should probably teal dance before you play the what did they play? The Night Stretcher there, just for sequencing reasons. And they got the Knocked Owl. I might get Iono'd here. I hope I don't, obviously. I mean, my hand's not that good, but it's all right. No, I'm not getting Iono'd. So I wonder what they're actually getting with Knocked Owl here. It's not going to be... Oh, it's going to be Prime Catcher. Oh, to knock out the Fez, I guess. And they are going to get the PAL pads. Okay. So we kind of would like to target down the Hoot Hoot, but it's probably not an option. We really do need to win on our turn, though. If not, things can get really sketchy. And they might have Gust on their turn, and they will have Energy Acceleration, presumably. So... Wait, what? they're just gonna attack. I thought they were gonna Gust knock the Fez and then recover the supporters as well, so we can Iono them here, and put them in a pretty awkward position. And we're probably not gonna take the knockout, so then they can still Fezandipiti EX. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do here. Obviously, I'm been pretty non-committal like this whole game, but I'll send up. It doesn't really matter what I send up here, right? I'll send this up. I could attack with it. I could like not attack with it. We'll see what I decide to do. Get Prime Catcher. That's actually really nice. But again, I still might not go for a knockout here. I wish I had a better attacking option. I mean, I wish I had a way to get 30 on one of these, but I could Maractus the Mew EX. I could Maractus that Raging Bolt EX. I actually like that play quite a bit. Oh, we can Counter Catcher now too. That's cool. I think I'll Fezandipiti EX first, then we still have the chance to Iono, which is kind of fun. We do get Nest Ball. Okay, I'm going to go for the Maractus play. I like it. I don't know if I love it, but I like it. So I'm going to go for that on this Raging Bolt EX if they go ahead and just knock it out. Because we do only have Prime Catcher. We're kind of playing with fire here, but hopefully it's fine. Again, I will Counter Catcher. Yeah, we do have the Energy Switch. I was pretty sure we had that. So I will grab that. We don't take the knockout, so they're in a pretty weird position. They then like won't really have the cards that they want in their hand, most likely. And we can go ahead and just not really give them too many things that they can do. I could play Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX here as well, which I actually think I should probably do that, right? So they can attack with that and do big damage. And then, of course, Counter Catcher the Raging Bolt. I could Counter Catcher the Mew EX. I don't really know what that does, to be honest. That seems really weird, so I won't do that. I will just go ahead and Iono here. And then we are losing cards that we want for later, potentially, but I really think we need to Iono here to really disrupt them, and we see a hand that is probably fine. So we'll just go ahead, we'll corner, and hope we're okay. That's really what we're doing at this position at this point in time. Again, I am kind of seeing the value in Calamitous Snowy, Calamitous Snowy Mountain or whatever that stadium is, because it lets us get some damage on the board, which is kind of cool, but I still feel like it's pretty niche, and at that point they could probably discard the Mew EX. So they still are keeping the energy on, which again I feel like is not the Pokemon you'd want to keep it on, because it's the one you might want to get rid of, but hopefully they just like take the knockout. Honestly, that'd be like fine, and then we probably win. No, actually I don't know. They didn't then send up like the who probably. If they get the knocked owl, they probably win. We'll see. They're gonna Earthen Vessel. Did they Teal Dance there? I think they did. Yeah. So they get 2 energies, and they got to be pretty low. I think these are their last energies. So I think that's the last of their. I think they might have 1 more grass, like at most. So they were able to restart there. Actually, no, I might have just gotten 1 energy if I were them there, but it's fine. I don't. I'm not 100% sure what I would have done. We could try to deck him out as well. I don't actually hate that, like bossing Latias EX, getting it stuck. Actually, no, we can't do that. Forget that. We can't do that. That would lose us the game, because then they can attack eventually, and they have Prime Catcher, so they'd eventually win, and they can't stop that. So that is not an option. I really hope that they take the knockout here. If they don't, honestly, things get a little scary. Looks like that's not what they're going to do this turn. If Kieran's interesting, that could let us get the knockout. I think that's bad. I think we don't want the knockout here, because we want to get them to hit into us, knock themselves out. We could again hop Snorlax, but then they have Fezandipiti EX. I could try to knock out that, but we can't do that at the moment. I mean, the hop Snorlax would allow us to do that. We probably won't be able to Gust. I might research though. I'm gonna research. This might be too aggressive, but I want to see more cards. I want an energy. We got Jet Energy. Okay, that's nice. We got some draw as well. I will not play the stadium here. I think that will be bad, because they'll just get rid of the Mew, and then we probably won't be able to win. And I'll corner here. Best case scenario, they attack, and then we probably win. We don't guarantee win, but we're in a nice position. I will like that if they attack. They didn't Burst Roar as well. I'm kind of surprised they didn't Burst Roar there. No, they had the Prime Catcher. They top decked that, or they had it. No, yeah, they must have top decked that. I can't believe they top decked their Prime Catcher, because they couldn't have had it in hand last turn. Or they could have actually drawn it off of. off of restart. They could have done that. So they got it off of that. That was crazy. I can't believe they got that. Well, we were so close. If we played that a little differently, maybe I would have been able to do that. Not 100% sure, but anyways, the deck is really fun though. I hope you enjoyed though. Consider liking, subscribing, hitting the bell, all the good stuff. And as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.